Here we go. I don't know why that intro didn't have any music, guys, but what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear. I believe you can hear me. Yeah, we should be good. Let me know if I'm blowing out your eardrums. I did bring my microphone and everything on the cruise, thinking I might be able to live stream or something, and then the Wi-Fi kind of just screwed us over. So I just had to plug everything back in. So hopefully it's all working loud and clear. But guys, I missed it so much. One more time, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is going on, Mafia? Right after ATB, shout out to my boy DZ. It's been a week and I already forgot my intro. Oh baby, does it feel good to be back, guys? I'm making a New Year's resolution here in way after January. In April, I'm making a birthday resolution here, and that is never, ever, 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 ever taking another week off in my life. It's my least favorite thing to do in the world, but it was fun going on the cruise, guys. I have to be honest. We did have a good time. I got to relax a little bit, but oh, baby, I hate being away from the Mafia for more than like a weekend. I cannot stand it. I get like FOMO from just like being on the live stream and hanging out with you guys and trading and being, watching the market and all that good stuff. I am vouching to never take another vacation again. I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, I will have to take a vacation at some point, but oh, God, does it feel good to be back. Hopefully, you guys had an amazing week, and hopefully you guys, BTC was dumping when you were off. Shout out to Laviu. Well, hopefully you guys did see my market update that I uploaded, I think, I don't even remember what day it was. I think it was about halfway through the cruise. I did throw out that market update, giving you guys some key levels to keep an eye on and kind of what I was expecting out of Bitcoin if we lost that 28.8K level. And luckily, we got back to land, and I went on my phone, and I was like, let's see where Bitcoin's at, and it is sitting right exactly where we wanted it to be. So, guys, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. We'll also be taking a look at the alts towards the end of the stream, but we're going to be taking a look at some key levels, guys. Do we have some more downside for Bitcoin, or are we sitting at the very key level of support? And are we going to hold this level and get a bounce up potentially to the top of this local range at about 28.8K and even further up? Or do we have some more pain to endure? Are we going to crack this critical level of support, which in my opinion will be pretty bearish and would at least warrant some more downside for Bitcoin in the short to medium term? So we're going to be covering those key levels. I'm going to be talking about if I'm leaning bullish or bearish because we do have some things that may indicate that we might have some more downside on the way. I do kind of feel like right now that I'm like a little kid. I feel like I need to lower the Frankie Candle studio just a little bit here. But guys, we're going to be talking about all that today in tonight's live stream, so stay tuned. Don't forget to get your altcoins ready for the second half of the stream. Don't spam them just yet, but get them ready, for about halfway through the stream. We'll start taking a look at those altcoins. But before we jump into it, guys, let's go ahead and say what is going on to the CandleMafia in the chat. I see you guys already going crazy. Let's go ahead and see who we got in here tonight. We got Scuba Steve. Started off strong with Scuba Steve. What is going on, bro? We got Donato Cabrera in the house. What is going on, bro? He said, good to see you all, CandleMafia. What is going on, Donato? Thank you for being here. We got Joe Rod. What is going on, bro? John Davis. We got Emax said, here we go. I don't know what happened to the audio on my intro, guys. Little bit weird. I don't know. I couldn't hear the audio. Maybe you guys could. I couldn't. But we'll get that fixed by tomorrow. But let's see who else. We got Darren Does Things in the house. He says, always issues after a break or no stream. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Pull apart the equipment, put it back together. Very rarely does it work first try. Yeah, absolutely. And it used to be a regular occurrence until Mrs. Candles got me this very nice brand new USB cable that doesn't die constantly. But thank you for being here. Shout out to Darren Does Things. I appreciate you for being a part of the community, bro. We got Crypto Anon, one of our amazing mods in the house. What is going on, Anon? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to, Dex Roix. I don't know how to say your name, bro, but thank you for being here. Shout out to Learning, as always, in the live stream, trying to learn as learning tends to do. Shout out to Lucho, looking for that giveaway. What is going on? He said, I almost forgot how to get here. Shout out to Lucho. He found his way. Welcome in, bro. Thank you for being here. We got Beffed Up in the house. Curtis Neal said, I'm still not sure he's back. I've seen his videos updated. Same background. Shout out to Curtis Neal. It's real. Curtis, I'm here. I'm here live with you right now, brother. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Crypto Billy, Tyler Durden, Captain Kirk in the house, Crypto Billy in the house. Shout out to Tyler Durden, Deep Eddie Crypto, Chemistry Bro, Tony D, and all of our wonderful mods, guys. They make my live absolutely amazing and way less hard than it needs to be. Shout out to Crypto Billy for the super chat. Thank you so much, bro. He said, just because I missed you, Frankie, had to start it off right. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat. You are an absolute legend, bro. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Thesis himself, said, please don't leave us ever again. P.S. Hashtag death to yellow X's. Shout out to Thesis himself. I'm not leaving again, bro. I will tell you that. You know what? I just feel lucky to, and shout out to Captain Kirk. Let's go. Thank you so much for the super chat, Cap. She said, missed you, Frankie. I missed you back, Captain. Speaking of yellow X's, Thesis, just as I was sitting here looking at the charts, we're going to be taking a look at a yellow X that may or may not be popping up on one of these pretty important time frames, but maybe it disappeared. You never know. Sometimes these yellow X's are sometimes just a conspiracy theory, but shout out to Thesis, shout out to Captain, shout out to Chemistry, bro. I see you in here, bro. Thank you all for tuning in. I missed you guys so much, and without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on in to the charts. Here we go. There we go. It worked. No hiccups. No hiccups, guys. We're back on the charts. Here we go. Real quick, guys, before we hop into the charts, I do just want to let you know that this should be live right now. If it's not live, then it's not my fault. It kind of is, but maybe, I don't know. Anyway, guys, we got some of these we got some of these hats coming in here. These are now, I believe, officially live on the site. If they are not live tonight, they will be live tomorrow, but I think they should be live tonight. We got all these hats. This is like one of the longest awaited things on the channel. Everybody wants a Frankie Candles hat, but the only way to get it was to win a free one in the giveaways, but now they are available, and might I add, they're actually cheaper than the ones that we've been just buying and giving away out of our pocket. We got the cost down, but we got these some pretty nice colorways. We got this like Timberland orange with a nice blue on the back. We got the classic all black Frankie Candles hat with the mesh on the back. That's beautiful. They're all mesh on the back. We got the famous cream and coffee color. This is probably my favorite colorway. And then we got the gray and the black. And then these will be soon black with the gray back. Those will be available soon, just not quite yet. But all of these should be available on the website tonight. Hopefully Tony D can drop that link so you guys can go ahead and grab a hat. If you guys have been waiting for like a year for them, they are now finally available. And if they're not, they should be available tomorrow, but I think they are available tonight. They told me it'd be up tonight. If not, sometimes it takes an extra day. But go check that out. Hopefully Tony can drop that link, or maybe one of the mods can drop that link if Tony D's not here. So you guys can go check that out. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go. All right, guys. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, brown and blue is sick. Yeah, wow. That's funny, guys. We were talking about, this was my least favorite one, and they said, do you want to take it off? And I said, no, put it on. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean no one else will, and it seems to be the crowd favorite. That just goes to show how much of a fashion sense I have. But, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the price action here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the TA, and let's just catch up with Bitcoin, because I have been gone for about a week. And luckily, not too much has changed here, especially since my market update, not much has really changed here. However, we do have some big things to keep an eye on here. Are they affordable? Crypto Redbot, they are as affordable as we could make them. I don't know what you think is affordable for a hat. It might be different for different people. I don't want to butcher the price, but I think they do come out. I think they're like $29.99. We were buying them for like $35 to give away, and then we were just going to wind up buying them and ship it. We were going to try to like basically drop ship them to you guys, but we wound up actually getting the cost down, sourcing the materials from other places, getting genuine leather patches sourced, and we were actually able to get it down like $5 or $6. So that was as cheap as we could possibly get it for you guys. So I think it's like $29.99, I believe, but definitely go check out the website. They should be live now on Hit Merch, but without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and check out what we got going on here. This is kind of the main thing that I'm looking at here. That is the okay, yeah, Tony D said Morel is, shout out to Morel, he's in charge of the merch, said, just informed me that the hat, that he is working on it possibly in the next hour or two, if not tomorrow. Shout out to Morel. Yeah, we were like rushing to try to get these on here, so if they're not up in the next hour or so, guys, they will be live tomorrow, but don't worry, we'll let you know. But jumping in here, guys, we do have that red dot printing on our weekly time frame, which is something we've been keeping an eye on for quite some time, and now it is finally here. Right now, it is important to realize that this is confirmed on your regular candles. You can see that is locked in on regular candles, but on the Heikinashis, it is just starting to print. Either way, this would indicate some further potential downside for Bitcoin in the medium term, right? But morale. But yeah, shout out to Eric Ward. I see you, brother. I see you in there. But that red dot is printing on your Heikinashi candles would warrant some more further downside in the medium to, I would say in the medium term for Bitcoin. Not really, screaming from the rooftops, oh my God, it's going to zero, but it would indicate some more potential downside. Same story on your 6-day with that red dot now printing. Money flow starting, money flow still continuing in the right direction, but starting to get a little bit of a rejection there, just slightly. And then that is also confirmed. Oh no, it is printing on regular candles as well. But again, just kind of pointing towards some potential further downside for Bitcoin in the medium term. Taking a look at our 5-day, 4-day, and 3-day, red dots are confirmed. Money flow is starting to come out a little bit here, but something to realize here, guys, is that we may be making another higher high. You can see we had a high on our money flow, a higher high, then we came down, made another higher high. Are we going to come up and make another higher high on our money flow? We'll have to wait and find out, but money flow is at this time generally coming out on that 3-day and the 2-day as well. VWAPs are below the zero line. Those are likely to roll up in the near future. Your daily VWAP is also returning back to that zero line, looking for that green day, that green dot, probably not tonight, but probably maybe tomorrow night or the night after. I would expect that green dot to start printing on the daily, which may be the start of some form of a bounce to the upside. Now, again, with that weekly red dot printing, we are expecting some potential more downside for Bitcoin, and I'm going to take a look at those key levels in just a second, but with that being said, something to realize here, guys, is short-term bounces are not unlikely, right? Because we are coming down to some interesting levels of support here, which, again, we'll take a look at in just a second. Something else to note here is the daily money flow is back in the red. Now, this is not really much that we can kind of deduce from here, but we are just kind of bing-bonging around. We came into the green, now we're in the red. VWAP is coming back up into the green. If we can get this money flow to curve back to the upside, as that VWAP comes up, we may be able to get back into the green there, but we won't really be able to take, make any decisive decision or any decisive calls off of this until that VWAP gets a little closer to the zero line. All in all, though, if anything, this may be indicating that we may be finding some kind of a local bottom here coming up in the next day or so, but let's come down to the lower time frames because there are some interesting things popping off. Some interesting things popping up here. Shout out to Thesis himself. I did just see this pop up. I believe this just popped up on the 8-hour time frame. And it is a yellow X, which would indicate manipulation to the downside for the most part here, guys. These yellow X's do end up giving us a move down. And we are at a very critical level of support right now, so this may be something you want to keep an eye on if it does confirm. Now, if we kind of backtrack here, you could see, these last few yellow X's that we've gotten, on the 8-hour haven't really done much at all, right? This yellow X right here from wick to wick brought us down about 1.4%. Not bad at all for a yellow X. This one brought us down less than 1%. Not bad for a yellow X either. These are some of the better or less severe yellow X's. This one brought us down about 6%. So you can see they don't always bring us, even these didn't really give us that big of a move down. That one didn't give us that big of a move down. So on the 8-hour, these are typically, or at least in the recent past, haven't really been giving us much oomph. This one brought us down about 5%. There you go. This one gave us a decent move to the downside. Let's go ahead and test that. Let's see where, come on. Unbelievable. There we go. Let's see. About 15%, so that one was a little bit worse. But, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're absolutely dumping to zero, but this is something you want to keep an eye on because they can turn out to be pretty bearish at times. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and come on down to our 4-hour. Actually, let's go ahead and turn our TA on here. Now, I do just want to talk a little bit about how we got to where we are at now and how I was able to let you guys know in that market update from the cruise ship that we were likely going to come down to this $27,500 level and why we were expecting to come down to this price. Now, basically, all we saw happen here, guys, was a shift in value areas, right? A shift in balance. So we had this range popping in over here. We bing-bonged around in this range for about 20-something days. You guys, this wasn't that long ago. It was absolutely brutal. And at that time, we were looking at this key level right here, which was our value area high. Our value area high of this range, right? This was the door to higher prices, right? You guys will remember we were calling this the door to higher prices. We even labeled it over here when we were looking at it. But the reason this was the door to higher prices was because we knew if we broke out of this value area high, we would likely seek out the next value area, which just happened to be directly above us between about $28.8K and $31,000. Now, that is why we were calling for higher prices once we broke that level. And what happened once we broke that level? We came into the previous area of balance. And where did we hunt out? What price did we hunt out naturally? Well, it was about $30,000. And the reason we hunted that price so accurately was because it was the point of control of that range, about $30,000 even. And then we know at that point, once you flip that level to support, it is going to be more likely than not that you get a ride up to your value area high, which again, which if you look here, we missed by just a couple of bucks there. We almost tapped it to the dollar, but we did wind up flipping that POC to support, getting that move up towards that value area high, where we then put in a bearish divergence on our 4-hour time frame, with our money flow also coming out at the same time. As you guys know, when you get these bearish divergences, especially one on the 4-hour where you have your bear div printing on your price action and you get the lower highs on your momentum waves and you have your money flow coming out at the same time, guys, that can make it a very, very strong divergence and can mark a significant top in the medium term. So, with that being said, we saw this 4-hour bear div, money flow coming out, and at that moment, we were expecting to get a move down at least to the point of control, and then eventually get a move down to our value area low of that local range, which is exactly what we got. And again, I say this all the time, the reason we were able to call this, not because I'm the best trader on YouTube or I'm the best technical analyst or I have some secret crystal ball, but because we're just looking at the markets in terms of ranges, specifically volume profile ranges, right? So we knew once we crack this level, we're likely going to the POC. If we hold that level, we're likely going to the value area high. Now, if this sounds familiar to you guys, it's because I talk about it every day, but now you can see in real time how this actually plays out. And it is such a reliable tool to be looking at. So once you hold that POC, you go up to the value area high. We got the bear div. Now we're expecting to come to the POC, eventually to the value area low. That is exactly what wound up happening. And then this, I believe, is we were somewhere down here when I was making that market update, saying that this is now going to be our door to lower prices, right? Because just like it was the door to higher prices, on the way down, it is going to be the door to lower prices because just like when we broke above this level, we got accepted into this area of balance, and that's how we were able to predict the move to the value area high at about 31K. On the way down, if we break below that value area low slash value area high of this range, right? It's the value area high of this range and the value area low of this range. And we know once we break below that level, we could get accepted back into this area of balance, which would likely result in a move to the POC, which is exactly what happened. And then we got the confirmation of this yellow X, and we got a move down to the value area low as expected. Now, again, simply calling these moves based off the volume profile alone, right? This is not even really taking into account any other TA. This is just looking at the volume profiles and saying, hey, if this plays out like volume profiles typically do, this is where price is headed. And we were able to call it. You can see here we did not quite make it all the way down to the value area low, which has me a little bit skeptical that we may be able to get another little push down to actually tap that value area low before getting a bounce to the upside. Now, our most important level of support, right? What's the thumbnail today was like, Bitcoin holding key support, or can we hold critical support? This is the level, guys. The level is at about $26,860. If we lose this level, if we wind up losing this level, say we come down, we tap it, and let's say we don't get a big bounce. Let's say we start to lose this level. If we wind up breaking below this level, this would be pretty bearish in my opinion if we cannot get back above it, because if we reject this level, we do not really have much volume below us until we get to that 25K level. So if we decisively break this $26,860 level, that is where I would expect somewhat of a quick move down to that $25,000 the $25,000 highs that we made back here in February. Now, though it would be a little bit of a range between about $25,350 and about $25,000 even. We would be testing these previous highs, as I just mentioned. We also have our previous value area high from that old range that we traded in. So that would give you some confluence, making it a pretty strong level to bounce on. And if you just look at your volume here, obviously, we're sticking to this high volume node right now, as we were sticking to this high volume node in this little range up here. And as we kind of bing bong around on this high volume node, if you lose this high volume node, price is naturally going to hunt out the next highest volume node, which is going to be basically right here at that 25K level about, right? The shelf of volume starts at about 25K or 25,350. And so again, that is supported. You know, this is holding us up right now. Then you have a big goose egg that you're likely to fall through. And then you have these big high volume nodes down here that will likely give you some support. So again, that key level is $26,860. That is the level we do not want to lose. If we lose that level, I would be a little bit more bearish, in my opinion, for Bitcoin, and I would expect to at least come down to either the 25,350 to 25K area. One thing to notice is you do have actually a little bit of a spike in volume right here, which does come in at about $26,000 even. That is basically at the middle of the node. So obviously you are going to get caught up on these levels as you come down. But again, the next significant spike in volume is not until that 25,350 level. So I would expect to eventually get a move down to that point. If you lose that, and again, this key level at $26,860 is your current value area low, making it pretty key, right? And it is also, I have it labeled as the door to lower prices, because we know once we lose this, there's not much holding us up until the 25,000s. So if we get a bigger move down, guys, I think that might be the next stop if we do get a bigger breakdown. However, if you take a look here, let me go ahead and get rid of these brush tools real quick. It doesn't mean that we're just going to automatically dump down, right? Because you don't want to get super, super bearish at support, which is essentially where we're sitting. This is our value area low, pretty important level of support, right? So I am trading this as a typical sideways range. When you come to the highs of the range, you look for your shorts. When you come to the lows of your range, that's where you're looking for longs back up to the highs of the range or the value area high. As we approach this value area low, again, we did not tap that value area low. So I am being a little bit cautious of another little rip down to tap this actual value area low before getting a move back up. However, if you look here, we are starting to get, if you're looking at the wicks, this is kind of what I would like to see. We did somewhat put a bullish divergence in on the 4-hour time frame. You can see we have our lower lows on our price with our higher lows on our momentum waves. and that green dot is likely to print pretty soon, potentially in the next 2 hours. If we get that green dot, you would get that bullish divergence, and in that case, it may be able to give you a long all the way back up to your value area high, which is about 4.5% away at about 28.8K. So again, I would prefer to see another little push down here to actually tap that value area low and put in a nice clean bullish divergence in on that 4-hour time frame before getting a move back up to your value area high. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, because we did actually put in a little 1-hour bull div here, which did wind up giving us a little bit of a move to the upside, but now we're just kind of coming back down. So not really much has happened throughout today. Kind of a boring day for Bitcoin, to be 100% honest with you. But again, you don't want to get super, super bearish at support, because even if we are going to lose this level and come down to the 25,000s, it wouldn't be unlikely, as we have the 4-hour VWAP rolling back up with that 4-hour bull div. On top of that, guys, you also have snake eyes here on the 4-hour as well, which typically do pop up when you have somewhat of a local bottom. You could see we got snake eyes right here as we were in this massive dump before getting an absolute rip back to the upside. See if I can find another decent example for you. There you go. Here, you got two little snake eyes here on the 4-hour before you got a rip to the upside. Again, right here, snake eyes, bang, came to the upside. So the fact that you have snake eyes and your 4-hour bull div, I would be very careful of a bounce at these levels, because if we do come down and confirm that, a stronger 4-hour bull div, that could likely give us a move back up to the top of the range. But yeah, so I would be careful of some short-term bounces, especially with that 4-hour VWAP pop coming up. You also have your 2-hour bullish divergence. It's not the strongest divergence. You got it on your wicks, but you can see this is confirmed. This green dot on your 2-hour is confirmed. Look at the VWAP, looking to flop right back to the downside. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's too soon to really read this. This may just this may just come back up. But as of right now, that 2-hour VWAP looks like it wants to flop. So kind of indecisive here. One thing I would say though is, with that 4-hour VWAP coming up, with the daily VWAP starting to work its way back up, we could get rejected at that 0 line, but we may get some kind of a bounce here, right? Just straight up, I would expect some kind of a bounce off of this level, even though we kind of did get a little bounce. I would expect some kind of reaction off this level. This is a pretty strong level of support. So again, guys, if you take anything away from this live stream, just take away the volume profiles, because all that really happened here was that we were in this value area, just bing-bonging around in this area of balance. We left the area of balance, and we were able to predict not only the 30K tap, but the 31K tap because of the value area high in the POC. And then we knew if you reject the value area high, you're likely to come to the value area low, or first the POC, which it's almost like it's a joke. It's almost like they do it like, you reject the value area high, boop, just tap that POC to the dollar. Price action's messy. Come below the POC, back up above, blood diamond, back below it. Just kind of messing around with you as price action does. Boom, right to that value area low. And then at that point, we were able to make a decision where it's like, hey, it may not be clear what's going to happen here, but we know if we break this level, we're likely to get sucked back into this range here, eventually get to the POC, and then eventually get to the value area low. So I would be careful and aware that we could come down and tap that value area low. If we did, I would look for some bullish divergences, which we already do kind of have on the 4-hour. But if we can get a little bit of a stronger divergence, I don't typically like getting my divergence confirmations from the wicks. I'd much rather see the bodies come down, but sometimes those wicks can signal that divergence and give you a move up. So not getting overly bearish here just yet, guys, but we do know now, just like I'm hoping you guys are seeing a pattern, right? If you watch these live streams, we're constantly looking at the door to higher prices, the door to lower prices. This is how we're finding these levels, and now we're just faced with the same thing we're usually faced with. This is the door to lower prices, because if we lose that value area low, we're likely to fall through the gap and come down to that 25K level. So that is basically what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Again, you're more, I would say I would be very careful with that weekly red dot printing and confirmed on your regular candles. We may have a little bit more downside to go. Again, your daily money flow is back in the red. Your 16 hours looking to flop over and give you a red dot, as well as your 12 hour. And then on your medium lower, on your lower time frames, 15-minute money flow is coming back up, which makes sense with that green dot on the 4 hour. But all in all, guys, I would just be careful of some more downside. But again, I'm not expecting that downside until we lose this very specific level at $26,860. So I would have to say, short term, I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce off this level. But in the medium to longer term, if we do get a bounce off that 4 hour bull div, let's say we get that bounce and we come all the way back up to this value area high, I will be looking at for shorts at that level. But we know, right, if price gets freaky and it decides to go crazy, we know now that if we crack this level, that what to expect after that happens, because we know if we flip that level to support, the next stop is likely going to be 30K. So that is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Short-term bounces, not impossible, but in the longer term, over the next week or so, I do think we could potentially see a little bit more downside, especially because we have this big gap in volume down here between about 26,860 and about 25,350. So just be aware of that. And then I don't really want to get ahead of ourselves here, but if we start breaking that level here, that is obviously going to be another doorway to lower prices, because if we break that level, we're likely going to get sucked down to the POC of that previous range. If we get accepted back into this area of balance, it is going to be likely that we get sucked towards that POC. Just like we got sucked up to the POC here, we would be likely to get sucked down towards the POC in this situation, which is coming in at about 23K. And then if we lose that POC, likely going to see your value area low at about 22K. So again, we are a bit far away from that, but these are going to be very key levels to look at on the way down if we wind up losing that 25K level, which we are not even testing yet. So again, don't get ahead of yourselves. We are basically just treating until we lose that key level right here, the door to lower prices. Until we lose that level, I am looking to just treat this as a sideways range. This gold box would be one value area that I would treat as a sideways range. If we get above that value area high and accepted back into this range, I will treat this as a sideways range, right? So that's all we're doing, is trading this as a sideways range. Then we ripped up here, traded this as a sideways range. We put that short setup at the value area high in the premium Discord, which is now hitting for about, hit it for about 12% all the way down to our target here, or beyond our target. We were just looking for a short to the value area low, but you could lock in profits here and hold your moon bag in case you get accepted back into this area of balance and get a ride down to the value area low, which is what we got. So basically, that short setup, guys, was essentially, hopefully this helps someone out at home, in the premium, I was saying, hey, guys, if we come up to the value area high, I'm looking for shorts as I would in any other value area. We got the divergence. We had money flow coming out amongst other confirmations. And then we were just looking for the short to the local value area low. This is the low of this range. That's all we were looking for. And then once we get there, we might have seen, hey, money flow crossing over into the red may continue. Hold your moon bag. And you know that if you get below that value area high / previous value area low, it's likely to come to your POC. So that would be your next price target, right? And then you know if you lose that POC, you're likely to come down to your value area low, which we almost tapped, but have not completely come down to yet. But we almost got that move all the way down to the value area low. So beautiful, beautiful way to trade here, guys, with the value areas. It's absolutely OP. All we're doing is shifting value areas. We trade in one range, lose the range, we hunt out that next area of balance, and then you trade up there, hunt another area of balance, and you're basically just going from value area to value area. And that's how we trade. When we go sideways, we trade those ranges, short the highs, long the lows, and then when price deviates from that range, your little scalp short or scalp long in that local range will likely turn into a grand slam up to the next value area. So with all that being said, guys, that is basically my thoughts on Bitcoin, and basically how, when I first looked at the charts on the cruise, I was like, oh God, let's see where Bitcoin is. Oh no. Oh wait. Looking at the value area, it's basically where we said it was going to be, because we just put our trust in the volume profiles, right? And that's basically just what happened. We were in one value area, shifted up to a new value area, and now we got accepted back down into another value area. And that's how, in that market update, I was saying we could at the worst, until I got back from the cruise, I was saying, and if we continue even more bearishly, we may even continue down to that $27,500 level, which is not this value area low, but is actually a more local value area low, which I'll see if I can pull in a second. Let's pull it from here. You could see this is the value area low that I was looking at in the market update, coming in at about 27,500. And if we draw a horizontal line there, you can see that is essentially where we are sitting at right now. And the reason I was able to call for that in the market update before it happened was just because I was looking at the volume profiles. So there you go, Mafia. That's how I am. Trust in the candles chemistry, bro. Absolutely. But that is how I am feeling about Bitcoin, guys. Again, being cautious of that second push down into that value area low, but not getting super bearish at this level until we break it decisively and cannot get above it. And then we may fall through that low volume gap. So how long are we going for? About 42 minutes. Let's go ahead and check in on chat real quick. Let's go ahead and check in on chat real quick, and then we will go ahead and jump on into the altcoins. So if you guys want to see your favorite altcoins, or you want to see me look at your favorite altcoins, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we will, Rob the Crypto Snob will count up your votes and let me know what altcoins we're looking at. Let's see. Who do we got in the chat? Let's see. What do you guys... sometimes, you guys are talking about price action. Sometimes you guys are talking about something that doesn't even exist. So let's see what's going on. Let's see. Shout out to Eric Ward. Said Frankie's a green belt. Let's get it. Is that a high belt? It sounds like a low belt. I don't know. Maybe it's like an advanced belt. I don't know. Shout out to Eric Ward. Let's see. Michael James says, don't know who is shorting at these levels. Greedy people. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we're short in the premium from all the way up here, right? And we were looking to lock in profits at the POC right here, the value area low right here. And then if you wanted to hold a moon bag, would have taken profits at this POC and then this value area low. But yeah, you can't be too greedy with the shorts. That's why we are looking for longs at the lows of this range. We do not short the lows of the range, and that is basically where we came down to. So I am not looking for shorts here. Don't short support, long support, and short resistance. Dang right. I forgot who said that. Shout out to whoever said that. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Said, Billy, I'm in Dallas, but I can't make it to Austin. I'm sad about it. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, hey, there's the altcoins. Let's go. We got 644 people in here, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I got to stop forgetting to say that. Smash that like button, guys. We got to get at least 500 likes on this live stream. Or Ben and TJ said they're going to fire me if I don't get 500 likes on today's stream. So hopefully I don't get fired. But go ahead and smash. Just kidding, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you all will have multiple chances to win some free crypto and maybe even some of these free Frankie Candles hats. I mean, I do have a bunch of them here. I can only wear one hat at a time. So I might as well share with the Mafia. So go ahead and smash that like button. Going for 550 likes on tonight's stream. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. Green. Oh, let's go. Shout out to Eric Ward. Green belt for green candles. Gotcha. I'll take it. Shout out to Eric Ward, bro. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. My wife and daughters love the candles. Let's go. Shout out to Eric Browning. Appreciate you for being here. The workshop says he wants to see INJ. We'll have to take a look at it. That was another short that we were looking at in the premium Discord, which was it was a frisky beast. It was a frisky beast. We had to wrestle with it a little bit. It bucked us off a couple times, but we wound up getting on top of it, or at least the Candle Mafia did. I was on the cruise when the setup presented itself. But let's continue on. Shout out to Delta Chi says, or Delta Chi says, everyone in the chat will hire you if they try to fire you. Shout out to Delta. I appreciate you. And shout out to everybody that was in the morning stream today, throwing in those candles. Very nice to come home to a warm welcome of those candle emojis. I do appreciate you guys so much. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Yeah, shout out to Chemistry Bro. He says, look, Frankie, The hats are nice and all, but hoodies are where it's really at. Chemistry, bro, I was talking about you today. Yes, we got the hats done, and I looked at Tony D, and I said, bro, we got to get these hoodies up now. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. So the hoodies are coming next, baby, and I think we're going to do a new design that I think you guys are really going to like. I'm not even going to tease it, but, yeah, those hoodies are coming next for sure. Let's see. Eric Ward says, smash that like button. I'll just do it. Just do it, or the CandleMafia will pay you a visit, and your kneecaps do not want that. All right, let's see. Where is Rob the Crypto Snob? Let's see. Do we get the... Oh, there we go. What's up? Hey, multi-sig dummy in the house. Let's get it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and first start off by taking a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and check in on ETH while Rob the Crypto Snob is counting up those votes and deciding what we're going to take a look at. So let's actually, this is not the ETH chart that I want to look at, but I do just want to let you guys know. Actually, no, we can look at this. We can look at this. But look at this, guys. You hopped right up on the spider line. You held it. And then that blood diamond let you know you're probably going to lose it, and then bang, you came right down to these highs here before getting your second push down to these highs right here. So just beautiful. Spider lines on ETH are very, 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 very useful. But let's go ahead and see, where is my actual ETH chart? Here we go, right? So Ethereum is holding very critical support as well, very similar to Bitcoin. So if we lose this level, guys, you can see we do have, again, just looking at the value areas, you can see, hey, shout out to Paper Planes in the house. Let's get it. As you can see here, we do have this little range or this value area that we traded in for forever before getting that big move up to about $2,200, or I'm sorry, $2,100. And now we have lost everything and come right back down to $1,800, but we are holding this very key level. Now, if we lose this level, just like we were looking at on Bitcoin. Let me spawn that volume. Just like we were looking at on Bitcoin, guys, if we wind up losing this level and getting a move below the value area high and we cannot get back above it, that is where we are looking to get accepted back into this area of balance and potentially get a move all the way back down to your value area low of the range, which comes in at about 1730. And if you lose that level, the next major level of support is getting you down into about the $1,700 even level, which would be a very strong place to look at as well. Daddy Zach in the house. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. But that is, if we lose this level, guys, just looking to get accepted back into this value area and potentially get the next stop to about 1734, which again, just looking at the value areas, and hopefully you guys are seeing this being like, okay, like test it, right? Like, okay, he said if we lose this value area, if we lose this value area high, we're probably going to this price. Just note it down and then check on it in a week or two and see if it actually happened. Because although it won't be 100%, as nothing in trading is 100%, it is all a game of probabilities. The volume profiles are definitely wrong sometimes, but they are right way more than they're wrong. And as you guys can see, I mean, that's why I love this example of what happened on Bitcoin when I was on the cruise, right? Like, it's like I gave you guys what was going to happen, and you had all those key levels to watch. So it was almost like I didn't even have to be there, right? Because you guys would have known, like, even if I left for the cruise before we broke out here, you guys would know once we hit here that we were going to the POC, just because of the way the volume profiles work, right? So now you know if we lose this level, the next likely stop for price is going to be, if you can't get back above that 1830 level, you're likely going to come down to the value area low of that local range at 1730. Right? And this is applicable to any asset, right? So that is, for Ethereum, that is a key level to hold. If we lose that, 1730 would likely be your next stop. And at that point, you are coming down to essentially retest these highs that we made back in February, similar to the highs we made back in for Bitcoin as well, right? Same highs. So that is, that would be a nice little retest, but that is what I would be expecting if we lose that level of about, what is the exact level here? Let me see. About 1830. 1830 is that level you want to hold on ETH, unless if we lose it, you're probably getting more downside. Taking a look at the daily. Whoa, what happened? What's this? Okay, get out of here. I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, your daily VWAP is starting to roll back up here. Nothing to write home about. Nothing to write home about. Just kind of curving back up here. You're not going to get the green dot today. Maybe you'll get it tomorrow or the next day, but definitely not tonight. Money flow slightly coming back up here on ETH, but that VWAP is curving up. Taking a look at your 4 hour, do we have the bull divs that we had on Bitcoin? We do, right? So again, you want to realize, if we lose these levels, it's going to open up the door for more downside. However, we are at support. And you do have a bullish divergence looking to print here on the 4 hour for Ethereum, which could be the trigger to get a move to the upside, right? Now, we don't really have a clear value area. I could pull a little range on here, but you have this huge deviation, which, typically I don't like pulling volume on ranges like this, but if I could find some confluence, yeah, that value area high has your local golden pocket confluence. So this is a golden pocket, value area high, and that horizontal level that we have right here. That would be a decent level of resistance for me. So I'm going to mark that purple, as that is what we look at for resistance, because purple is my red and blue is my green. But let me go ahead and pull a more local like this. Yeah, that is what I wanted to see. This would be, if you were looking to long Ethereum, here's a little bit of a freebie. If you were looking to long Ethereum, these are the two major levels or decent levels of resistance that I would be looking for, right? So if you were, this is not a trade call. This is not a signal. I'm just saying, if you printed that bull div and it did wind up giving you a move up, you would want more confirmation than just a bull div. But if you did get that move up and you were targeting that POC for about a 4% move, maybe your stop loss can go below your last swing high. If you do wind up getting that move to the upside towards that POC, wouldn't be a bad place to start taking profits before you hit that POC, because that is, you have your 786 up here, your golden pocket, and your POC in perfect confluence. So just probably going to be a bit of a fight through that resistance. So just be careful if you are in a position here. I would be looking to take some profit at that $1,900 level. Maybe it might even pay you to make maybe eat a little bit of your profits up here and take profit early before 1900, because you have that psychological level that a lot of people are going to have limit orders set at, and you're going to have some people potentially trying to front run that even $1,900 level. But essentially, if that bull div does play out, that might be a good little first target. And if you can get above that, your next major target would be up here closer to the 1990 range, where you have your other value area high. So that is, those are kind of some of the levels I'd be looking at for ETH. 4 hour bull div would indicate a potential move to the upside in the short term, with your VWAP rolling up on your daily as well. But if we come on over to those higher time frames, you could see Ethereum hasn't even printed the red dot on the 6-day yet, and definitely is printing the red dot on your weekly. However, one thing to realize is your money flow has crossed over into the green. So I would just be careful with any longs on ETH with these higher time frames looking like they want to cool off a bit. Your 5-day red dot is printing. You're also pretty overbought here. Red dot confirmed on your 4-day, your 3-day, and your 2-day as well. So just be careful out there. But with that 4-hour bull div, I do think you could, if you hold this level, potentially get a short-term move to the upside, and that's where I'll be looking to take profit if I was in a long position. Let's see. I put the special alts in the Discord to watch. Wait, was one of them interesting? I mean, do you have to wait for weight to pump is my question. Let me know. Shout out to Burke. I appreciate you for being here, bro. But, guys, let's go ahead and see. Do we have our let's see. Shout out to Floki pumping like crazy, WTF. Yeah, I know. 3 weeks of crab, 3 weeks of dump. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. Crypto Crabman was dominating the market last week. So, but let's go ahead and continue on here. Our altcoins for tonight are ETH, AVAX. Let's take a look at AVAX. Bada boom. Let's see. Okay. Taking a look at AVAX. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, I mean, VWAP, yeah, red dot on the weekly. This is a little more bearish in the medium term for the altcoins. A lot of these altcoins do have red dots on the weekly. Your 6-day red dot looking to print, 5-day print in the red dot, 4-day print in a red dot, 3-day print in a red dot. This does, in my opinion, look a little bit more bearish in the longer term or longer to medium term for AVAX. Let's see. Yeah, daily VWAP curving up. This is looking similar. So again, yeah, shorter term bounces are not impossible, at least on ETH, but on AVAX you could see this little bull div on the 4-hour didn't give you anything, barely even give you a little pop to the upside. But this is looking to roll back over here. 2-hour looking for another red dot. 1-hour red dot confirmed. Money flow bing bonging around. 10-hour money flow coming out with your yellow X confirmed. Yeah, this one's actually a little bit confusing looking, to be honest with you. Let's see. Yeah, I would say money flow generally coming out on a lot of the medium hourly time frames. 5-hour, 4-hour money flow coming out. 16-hour green dot looking to print. Daily VWAP coming up. Yeah, I think you'll probably bing bong around a little bit on AVAX, but all in all, I would lean a little bit more bearish with the way that the higher daily time frames look, such as the 3, 4, 6, and weekly. These do look pretty bearish. Not bearish as in we're dumping it down to 0, but more as in bearish as in further cool off, right? So let's see where our golden pocket is from that wick to the high. Yeah, this would be a big level for me that I would watch on AVAX. Boom. There you go. That level is coming in at about 1522, so I would watch that level for a bounce. And I do think with that 4-day red dot, I do think you could likely get down to that golden pocket and even potentially down to the 786, which is coming in at about 1316. So there you go. Can we pull a little bit of volume on this thing too? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, hey. If you're looking at the volume profile, you came up to the highs, rejected to the value area low, bounced to the high, rejected. Now you're losing the POC. This golden pocket is in beautiful confluence with your value area low. I do think it would be likely if you continue. Let me go ahead and respawn those levels. See? Ooh, baby. You lost the POC, bearish retest. If you continue to reject here, your next likely stop is going to be that golden pocket and then that value area low at 1466, especially with your money flow coming out on the 8-hour. But again, simply just looking at the value areas, right? Bing, bong, bing, bong. That is what I would expect out of AVAX, right? And just like you flipped this level to support, brought you to the POC, then the value area high, rejected this level, came to the POC, back to the value area high, then to the value area low. So you guys can see, it doesn't always play out as textbook as you would want. But again, that's why you're conservative. Because if you were looking to short this move here, which you would have had a bear div, right, with money flow coming to the downside, your lower highs on momentum wave, your money flow coming out, and your higher highs on price at your value area high, that's pretty decent confluence to get into a short from the highs of the range. But that is why your first target is always the POC, because although when you come down to your POC, it is still likely to come to the bottom of your range. You know the POC is strong support. So this is always TP1 when you're in these trades for the volume profile, because if you take profit here and you do get a strong bounce back up to the value area high, at least you locked in profits and it's a guaranteed winning trade, right? And then if you wind up holding it all the way to the value area low, great. And if you don't hold it to the value area low, you get stopped out in profit, and then you may look for another short here, and then you catch the ride to the POC and then the value area low. So as you're losing this point of control here, as we speak, if we cannot get back above this level, guys, I would expect a move down to that golden pocket / value area low between about 1530 and about 1460. Boom. Bing bong. There you go. That's AVAX, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Joe. Let's go. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Let's go. Let's see. Bada boom. I'd buy AVAX at 13. Let's go. Shout out to Daddy Zach. I want more AVAX. Me too, Kembro. Me too. All right, let's see. This looks like another opportunity to buy to buy some Polygon. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and check out our next altcoin. We got 674 people in here. We can at least get 550 likes, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button if you guys want to win some free crypto or one of these free Frankie Candles hats. I don't know if we're going to give away them all. Maybe we will. We might have to. I don't know. This is too many for me to wear. I already have them all in every color. because they're my hats, and definitely I definitely have every one. You guys definitely don't get the merch before I do because it's my merch. Obviously, I have it all already. David Brumbelow, guys, came to the office to visit the Hit Factory, and he literally had a piece of Frankie Candles merch on that I didn't know existed. And I was like, what the heck? I don't even have that merch. Shout out to David. And shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's go. But let's see. Frankie, let's see. Frankie Candles. Who said that? Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. He says, Frankie Candles is the auctioneer of crypto. That is literally, hey, David, let's go. Shout out to David Brumbelow in the chat. I knew you'd hear me. Bro. Shout out to Kyle. It's not the first time I've heard that. I am the auctioneer of crypto. I come from a long family of auctioneers. That's why I naturally talk like that. So happy you get all of the merch before me. No, Creighton, see, I was being sarcastic. Shout out to Creighton. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's get it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. I wanted to get one from you on the cruise, Frankie. Shout out to Luke. Luke. Wait, did we not give... Luke, we're rooting for you in the giveaway then. We're rooting for you in the giveaway. David Brumbelow is lurking. Thank you, Rob, for that nudge to get into the ADA TA. Let's go ahead and check it out. I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of this is. Let's delete it. Okay, let's go ahead and start on the weekly time frame for Cardano. And let's go ahead and, looking for the red dot here, right? Just lagging behind, right? The weekly red dots, guys, would indicate a cool-off incoming or a continued cool-off. You also have an RSI divergence on your weekly, right? Or calling on the BitLab is showing RSI divergence here with a little bit of a red wave, which could be indicating a top on your significant movements indicator on the weekly, right? And your relative extrema bars are coming out of your wave here. Could indicate further move to the downside, right? And then on top of that, you're looking for the red dot on the weekly. Money flow still technically cruising in the right direction, but still pretty far away from that zero line. But if we print that red dot, guys, I would look for a further cool-off for Cardano. Taking a look at your 6-day red dot looking to print. 5 days printing the red dot. 3-day red dot confirmed. 2-day confirmed red dot. And then your daily is kind of in the same situation as everything else. But let's go ahead and let me see. Let's see. Let's pull this like kind of macro range over all of this price action here. Starting on Monday, January 9th. You can see you have clear highs here, lows down here, highs down here. We are now accepted back into this value area. I would look for Cardano's next major stop to be right here at about 36 cents if we do continue to the downside. I would expect, because we have rejected that value area high, for that next major stop to be the point of control again at 36 cents. Let's go ahead and pull a little bit of a Fibonacci and see if we have some confluence. Look at that, sitting right on your golden pocket. If we push down to the 786, it is in perfect confluence with your point of control. So beautiful confluence there. Again, we may get a bounce off that golden pocket, but it may only be to ride back up to bearishly retest the value area high, which is right now coming in at 40 cents. And if we pull a little bit of a golden pocket here from the high to the low, we don't have confluence on our value area high, which is fine. VWAP on the daily coming to the upside with your money flow crossing back into the green. Kind of just mixed signals there. Likely not going to get that green dot today. You're definitely not getting the green dot today. You may get it tomorrow, more likely the next day. Taking a look at your 16-hour red dot is printing. Look at that VWAP flop. Yikes. Oh, shout out to Thesis himself. Says, who knows how long you should water lilacs with garden hose? I think the healthy amount, I think you're supposed to only water them for like 14 seconds, I think is the technical time. Google is not helping the subject. Shout out to Thesis. I'm kidding, bro. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't want to kill your lilacs. Shout out to Thesis. But I will go ahead and kill those yellow X's for you, bro. But thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate you. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Hey, we got Kelly Kellum in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Everybody show Kelly Kellum some love. But as we sit here at that golden pocket, looking at that red dot, that VWAP flop, guys, this does indicate to me, that the Bulls tried to push the price up a little bit at that golden pocket, and the Bears were just like, nope, right, crushed them down, and just absolutely stepped on them, printing that red dot on the 16-hour. Now I'm naturally going to come to, I think it is only a matter of time, especially with that weekly red dot, that you will lose this golden pocket. And then once you do that, it is likely for you to come down to that POC /786 between about, at about 36 cents. And let's go ahead and pull up our VRVP. Let's see. I love that everybody's giving lilac advice in the chat right now. This is hilarious. But there you go, guys. If you lose that golden pocket, I would be careful. I would be careful, because if you lose that level, I mean, the next major level is going to be that 36 cent price or level down here. So there you go. And especially with that weekly red dot, I think you will eventually lose that golden pocket. I'll put a little bit more local volume here. Yeah, I would say next major stop is going to be 36 cents if this continues to the downside. And then again, money flow back in the red on that 1 hour with that 16-hour red dot printing may be the thing that's able to push you down. 4-hour red dot. 4-hour yellow X is confirmed. Not the best look in the world. So I would, if you lose that golden pocket, 36 cents is likely, in my opinion. And then if you lose that POC, I would look for a move all the way down to your value area low, coming in at about 33 cents. We still got 672 people in the chat, guys. Smash that like button if you guys want to win. Maybe a free hat, maybe some free crypto, maybe some free cash. Let's go. We got enough of it over here. This thing is sick. Let's go. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Let us give you some of our money, but we got to hit that like button. Let's go. This one says, this was a note I made to myself when I was supposed to 125x long something with $10. I forget what the whole thing was. But anyway, let's continue on to our next altcoin. That is ADA. Again, with the weekly red dot, I would be careful of some more downside. Let's see. Next, where is our alts? Let's see. ADA. They're pinned. Let's go. Quant is going to be next. QNT. Let's get it. Take a look at Tether US. Here we go. A bing bong. All right. So for Quant, let's come up to the weekly. Yeah, this is actually looks a little bit different than everything else. Red dot is not looking to print on the weekly. You're actually having your VWAP curve up. Money flow is in the red. Kind of hard to read there. 6-day, Money flow coming out on your 5-day red dot. I mean, VWAP coming back up on a lot of these higher daily time frame. Quant is looking interesting, guys. This is looking much different than everything else. Yeah, this thing might just continue in this like endless just sideways range because, you got that green dot, double green dot on your daily. Didn't give you much. Looking to flop back over potentially here. Taking a look at your 16-hour. Oh, baby. Oh, God. Yellow X on Quant on the 16-hour. Taking a look at these lower time frames. Looking at the 90-minute money flow in the red. Yeah. I think if you are going to get a move down here, if you are going to get a significant move down here on Quant, money flow coming up on the hourly. This is interesting. This is definitely conflicting. I would say, if this money flow crosses over into the red, where's that 16-hour red dot? What do we got? We only have an hour. This is pretty bearish. I'm not going to lie. 12-hour looking for the red dot as well. Let me pull some volume on this. What happens if I pull it all the way across here? Let's see. Lows, highs, lows, lows, lows. Let's see. Let me go ahead and move this range just a tad. Let's move it to here. Okay. I don't hate this. Okay. So, hang on. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this range. So, if... This is hard, guys. This one's hard. Such weird price action. Yeah, I'll take this. I will say if that 16-hour yellow X is able to dump you down, if this yellow X on the 16-hour is able to give you a little bit of a dump ski down to your value area low, it may set you up for a little bit of a bullish divergence on your 16-hour, which may be a decent spot to get a little bit of a bounce. Yeah, especially, what's your 4-hour doing? Yeah, 4-hour VWAP's kind of coming up. Your 2-hour, oh, hey. No bull div. No bull div on your 2-hour. You had one here. You don't have one here. Interesting. This one's hard to call, guys. I will tell you. Be honest with you. But yeah, these are kind of the levels that I would look at. This is value area high coming in at 145. About 145. POC coming in at 121. And then your value area low coming in at 100 even. Yeah. So this is kind of what I would look for. If that yellow X pushes you down, this would be the next level. $100 even is going to be that major level that I'd look for a bounce off of. And again, on some of these time frames, you could be setting up for a nice little bull div as you come down to potentially, make that lower low on your price action as you get that higher low on your momentum wave. And then that might be able to give you that move to the upside, potentially targeting that point of control. And then if you could get above that, just treating it like a typical value area trade where you would look to long it. Well, actually, it would be down here. So you'd long it up to your POC, do a little TP, flip this to support, take your second TP up there. And then if you were looking to turn it into a home run, you could lock in some more profits here, move your stop loss into profit, and then hold that moon bag for a potential bigger move up. Now, zooming out just a little bit, taking a look at the volume here. This is going to be a key level, right? I'm actually going to mark this down, right? Even if you get a little bit of a wick down to that $92 level, that's going to be your key level. This 90, I'm going to turn this red, right? Because if we lose this level at about 92, that is going to be your door to about 85. And then if you lose that, you're likely coming down to about 73. So those are going to be the major, really, if you lose that level at about $92, that is basically where you have a decent fall off in volume here, all the way down to that $75 level. But please note that you have this little level at 85 coming in between, which will likely give you some turbulence. But again, not much here, right? You're likely to fall pretty quickly to that middle level and then fall pretty quickly to your next level at 72, right? So that is what I'd be looking for on quant. Again, looking a bit different than everything else, especially, with that daily. That daily looks much different. The weekly looks much different as well. But that is what I'd be looking for on quant. Shout out to all the quant crew. The quant crew. I don't know. What does the quant people call themselves? Shout out to whatever the quant people are. Let's see. Let's see. Brad, it's minimum resident built. Oh, interesting. Shout out to Dave Digital. Could be another bear trap. Yeah, definitely could be a bear trap. That is for sure. I would just be careful with those weekly red dots because those weekly red dots typically play out in some form or fashion. All right, let's see what is next. We got, shout out to Thesis for another super chat. Yo, Thesis is on fire tonight. Shout out to you, bro. He says, shout out to Nate for the bull div call on Lilac coin. Shout out to Thesis and his lilacs. I appreciate you, Thesis. You're the man, bro. Oh, God. Thesis is Thesis, you're like an OG, bro, right? I think he actually is an OG. Sometimes I say people are OGs, even if they haven't been here for a long time. And like the super OGs probably know like that guy's not an OG, but you got real OGs that were here from like the beginning, and then you got like developing OGs that might have come in a little bit late, but they show that strong support. So we love them to death. But let's see. Can you take a look at Algo? Looks like it's likely to bounce to me. Yes, we will go ahead and we can take a look at Algo at the end. I'm going to take a look at the coins on the list first, and then we'll take a look at Algo. No problem. Taking a look at Gala. I almost said Galgo. Taking a look at Galgo, and hey, Mrs. Candles entered the room. Come on, show him a hand, Mrs. Candles. Show him a hand. Okay, she's looking at the hats. No hand. You want to show a hat and a hand? Oh, wait, whoa, there's the hand. That's just quick. That's all you guys get. Little quick hand. Right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, you want to like stroke the face or something? Nice day. Okay, see you later. There you go. Quick and dirty. Quick and painless. Okay, she said just keep going with the TA. Anyway, continuing on. Connor's Lightyear. Yo, is that no way? Is that Bud Lightyear? Said I used to be an OG, then I changed my name. Is that Bud Lightyear or is that Coors Lightyear? Let's go. Oh, you're funny, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Bud Lightyear or Coors Lightyear. Sorry. Let's go ahead and continue on. Thesis has been here since under 1K, almost the Oest of G's. And the fact that he said Oest of G's just goes to show he's an OG. Shout out to Thesis. Yeah, I figured you were here from the beginning, bro. Shout out to Thesis. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Gala here. Taking a look at Gala. Not quite sure what any of these levels or anything are, so let's go ahead and start fresh. Let's go ahead and look at, let's take a look here. Taking a look at your weekly. Taking a look at your weekly red dot printing, right? Red dot is printing. No yellow X, no blood diamond, thank God. But yeah, you are getting that red dot on the weekly. Would be a little sus for the Bulls. Taking a look at Quantaholics. I like it. Hey, what's up? Hey, Anthony Fonseca in the house. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Red dot on the weekly would indicate a little bit more downside in the near future. 5-day looking for the red dot as well. Likely going to get it in about a day unless we get some kind of crazy pump. Looking at the red dot on the 4-day is looking not too great. Looks like more downside ahead, to be 100% honest. 3-day red dot printing, 2-day red dot confirmed, and your daily is kind of in the same situation as everything else, kind of working its way to the upside. 16-hour, not looking for a red dot. Let's see. Your 10-hour money flow coming out. 8-hour money flow coming out. 6-hour money flow coming out. 4-hour red dot confirmed. Yeah, guys, I would say I would lean sideways bearish on a lot of this stuff, with the exceptions of the, what was it? Was it Quant that we were just looking at that looked a little bit different? The exception of a few things that we were looking at was a little bit that is a little bit different. Most things here I would lean sideways bearish. What is this? What is this? Tony D, get out of here with these. What is this? What is this? Get out. I'm not clicking that. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I think Tony D is trying to nudge us and let us know that the hats are live on the site, which I, for the love of God, hope is true, because if I just announced it for the 5th time and it's not live on the site, they're going to be with pitchforks in front of the studio. Death to Frankie Candles. He's a hat liar. I don't know. Anyway, continuing on here, looking at the yellow X, confirmed here on the 4-hour. Yeah, this has got me feeling a little sussed out about the 4-hour on bull div on Bitcoin as well, making me think we might get that push back down to the value area low on Bitcoin. But for Gala, guys, you did have a bull div here completely sat on by that red dot on the 4-hour. Your 2-hour looking for another green dot. Let's check higher daily time frames doesn't really look good on anything, to be 100% honest with you. 12-hour, yeah, this looks a little different, not too different. Yeah, yellow X, I'd like to see. I would let this simmer a little bit. I would not be taking any crazy long positions on that yellow X. I typically sit out. If I'm looking for longs and there's a yellow X, I will typically sit it out. I don't like to fight these yellow X's. But let's go ahead and pull some volume here. Yeah, you're at your local value area low. You can see, came to the low, deviation from the high, back to the low, back to the POC, back to the low, back to the POC, back to the low, back to the POC, back to the value area high, deviation, POC, value area high, value area low, and now we are getting that second tap. Again, not really getting overly bearish, here, right? But understanding that, let me go ahead and turn off these value area low, value area high, POC. Yeah, and as you can see, no pun intended. I don't know if that's a pun, but let me go ahead and pull a little bit of a little Fibonacci. There you go. Little backup here. Hey, wait, is Morel in here? Hey, Morel, hats are live. That is the man, the myth, the legend. That is actually Morel, who is in charge of the hats. So the hats are 100% here. If we're getting the green light from Morel, it means they're live, guys. So definitely go check them out. Yeah, shout out to Morel. We appreciate you, bro. Morel busts his butt. This is a family-friendly show. To get this stuff up as fast as possible, and they are quick. He came into the office today. He goes, hey, hats are going to be live tonight. And very, very rarely, and by rarely, I mean never, does Morel lie. Shout out to Morel. Show Morel some love in the chat if you want one of those hats. Oops, Frankie pulled his fib. Shout out to John Davis. Don't look, man. I pulled my fib. Big deal. Don't look, okay? Hey. But yeah, taking a look here, guys. I don't know why I'm like this. Anyway, looking at that yellow X, if we deviate from the lows of this range, I would look at this blue box, which is a local golden pocket. It's actually not even a blue box yet because I haven't drawn it. But I would look at this blue box for some support. If we can get something like this, where we deviate from the range, get a little bounce off that blue box, and we print another green dot on our 4 hour, and we get that bull div, that might be where you get a bounce on Gala. In which case, I would, again, be a little bit conservative with the longs, at least as of right now, just because of the way the higher time frames look. It looks like things want to cool off just a bit, so we have to be careful of that. If we were looking to long this, not a trade call, not financial advice, just if I were looking along this, what I would be looking at is, hope potentially make it up to the POC or the value area high up here, but being very, very, very careful, especially with the all these red dots on the higher daily time frames. So just be careful, but it does look like you could get, this is like this golden pocket between about 0.03808 and 0.03730. I would look for some support on that golden pocket if we deviate very similar to this. Yeah, almost the same exact thing, right? You can see right here, you have the lower low, you have the deviation into the golden pocket, you slipped it, right? And then you got the bull div on your 4 hour, money flow started coming back up, and you got the ride almost to your POC. I'd be looking for something very similar here. The biggest difference, I would say, is this money flow doesn't look as good as it would have looked back then, right? You had money flow starting to curve up, but here, if you look closely, money flow is actually curving out here. So that's not the best look. So just keep that in mind, but that bull div would be something to keep in mind. Okay, take a look at your 2 hour. 2 hours, same thing. Looking for the bull div as well. That is, you might even get that bull div. You might even get it early here on the 2 hour. So that is what I'd be looking for on Gala. Again, for the most part, I would be leaning sideways bearish. When I'm looking at these bull divs, these would be scalp trades, guys. Quick, grab your bag and jump out type of trades. Let's see. Let's see. Looks like the bounce has started. Shout out to Mike. Let's go. Let's see. Wait. Hang on. Creighton C says, looks like a trigger wave. Ah, God. I wish there was a more direct way to communicate, because it's like, I don't know how delayed these chats are. I don't know what everyone talks about when they say something. Hey, this looks like a head and shoulders. And then I'm like, was it on the last coin? Was it on the last time frame? It's so hard. But I do like to try to... I do try to take a look at everything here. Oh, baby, we're at 400 and something likes. Can we get to 550? We're at 418. If everybody smashes that like button all at the same time right now, we could easily get to 550 likes, and I will spin that wheel 10 times. But before that, let's go ahead and finish up these altcoins. Let's take a look at Atom. I'm going to be quick and dirty on this one. Let's go. Taking a look at... No, we don't want that one. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, see, this looks like bearish consolidation to me. Not the not the barest of consolidation, but pretty bearish consolidation. Taking a look at your weekly. Yeah, taking a look at the weekly, red dot printing. Again, a lot of these altcoins. Yeah, red dot on the 4-day. Blood diamond and a red dot on the 3-day. Yeah, this is definitely, you would have to lean a little bit more bearish on a technical, from a technical standpoint here. Red dot printing on your 3, 4, 5, 6-day and weekly. And then your daily VWAP is coming back up. But, again, I would lean sideways bearish. With all of these, blood diamonds popping up on these higher time frames, sitting at your local value area low here. If you lose the range, I would go ahead and, cool, I'm just getting, Frankie Candles is live, guys. Oh, my God. But, yeah, if we lose this range, I would look for a push down into the NPOC. You can see we do have a little bit of a gap here. Probably, we're sitting right on the cusp. Might get a drop down. I would look for a little bit of support right about here at about $10.49. If we push down, you got these two NPOCs down here. I'm actually going to go ahead and remove all this and redraw it. Go ahead and grab our fixed range volume profile. Bada boom. There you go. So sitting at the value area low of the local range. What if I pull it to here? Yeah, still, just basically sitting at your local value area low. So yeah, not getting overly bearish here. Coming down to the 4 hour though. Yeah, VWAP, you might lose this value area, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But again, I would look, this is basically the line in the sand before you get, it's not the biggest drop in volume. You have these highs right here. This is, right about here would be a nice level to look at. Let me go ahead and change this to a white line. There you go. So yeah, about $10.54 would be a level to watch. And then, it's a little bit of a gap down there, but it's not too severe. You do have all this support here. Let me go ahead and pull some volume on this little wonk range right here. Go ahead and unextend it to the right. Yeah, I would take these levels as well. Some levels to look at to the downside. Major levels. If you lose this value area, I would look to potentially, if you flip this level here at about $10.54 to resistance, I would look for a little bit of a bing bong around in this range. You may get accepted. And again, you're in this area of balance, right? If you lose that area and you get accepted into this area of balance, I would just expect to go from ranging up here to ranging down here. And I would just treat this as a sideways range, just like we did. Let me go ahead and, Let me go ahead and mark out those levels one more time. Bada boom, there you go. But yeah, I would look for a fall back into this area of balance where you could look to kind of bing bong around in this range. Again, just treating that as a sideways range. But with that, this level here at about $10.54 is your doorway to lower prices. Your POC's not far below at $10.13. But if you lose that level, that's where lower prices are likely to come in, all the way down to the value area low at about $9.32. And again, with those bearish looking higher time frames, may be able to get a little bit more of a cool off. Let's see. Hey, Kurt Eichler in the house. He says, it's been a minute. Hope all is well. Hey, peeps, what is going on, Kurt? Thank you for being here, bro. We appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go ahead and check out Matic. Take a look at Matic. There we go. Polygon US dollar. Okay, taking a look here at Matic. Taking a look at the daily. Gonna go ahead and pull that range. Again, kind of slipping that local value area low. Gonna pop some Aztecian Cactus Moss Water here. Hey, let's go. Shout out to Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, so yeah, Flatsmack said he's getting 22% on his Atom. Interesting. Shout out to Flatsmack. Yeah, let me know where you're getting that, bro. Let's see. All right, let's go. I spilled it on myself. What the? Dang, yeah, people are getting 20% on their Atom. Let's go. I'll have to move all my Atom. All right, let's see. On Exodus, yeah, that always seems to be the place. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Okay. Yeah, again, sitting at your local value area low. Yeah, I mean, again, like you have a decent bit of support down here. Again, just kind of, pulling that little range here. Like, this is going to be decent support, right? Like, if we lose the levels that we're at right now, this is going to be decent support. You have your value area high, your POC. Let's see if we can find some more confluence with that level Let's go ahead and pull from the low all the way to this high. It is also your 786, an almost perfect confluence with that POC. And let's see. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that's kind of stretching it. But 786 confluence right there. Absolutely beautiful. So if we lose that level, I'd look for some support on that blue box. Also supported by this high volume node, right? You typically will find decent support on these high volume nodes. So this would be a big place to look for a bounce, in my opinion. However, yeah, and again, this just becomes the doorway to lower prices, right? If we do not get a bounce here and we get below this level and cannot get back above, that's where you're looking for a drop down to your value area low at about 78 cents. Again, just looking at the markets in terms of ranges. Let me go ahead and get rid of these brushes. Bada boom. So there you go. That is what I would be looking at as far as Polygon. If we do get a loss of this value area, I'd look for a bounce here. If we get accepted back in to this value area, we could be on our way back down to that 78-cent level. But again, you got to get past this blue box. And then once you start losing your POC, you do have this little bit of volume. You're a little bit of a volume gap, right? So you might kind of bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, and then you might get a quick drop down to that value area low. Now, taking a look at Market Cipher on the weekly, you don't have the same red dot on your weekly as you do have on a lot of these other coins. 6-day money flow crossing over into the green, no red dot. That is a decent sign, especially when compared to everything else. Money flow is coming out on your 5-day, but your VWAP, again, is already below the 0 line. Let's see, Blood Diamond confirmed on your 3-day. That is definitely more bearish. Taking a look at your 2-day. Your 2-day VWAP is... Hold up. Dave Digital says, Ben tried to slow us down during the cruise by not filling the stream. Share like you've never shared before. Like your life depends on it. And remember, always throw up your candle in every live. Shout out to Dave. You're funny, bro. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's go. Let's see. What does he mean by not filling the stream? What does that mean? Dave, let me know. Not filling the stream? Or does that say something else and the text is too small that I literally can't read it? Yeah, let me know. You're funny. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. But yeah, that is the major level I would be looking at. And again, you could just see that big chunk of volume is likely to, and again, just looking at things in terms of ranges, right? Right now, we're trading in this value area. If we lose that value area, we are simply most likely just going to enter that value area, right? So we kind of bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Oh no, we lost it. Oh, this range is just like, oh, you could come in my house and hang out. And then we're just like, okay, cool. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Now, if we lose that, if we lose these lows down here, again, that's where things get a little bit more bearish. You do have a decent little gap here. So, yeah, I would just be careful of that. But as of right now, if we do not bounce off this blue box, I would look for a move potentially down to the bottom of this range at about 77 cents. Yo, Frankie Scandals featuring Wick 589, bro. Somebody call the cops on Wick. Shout out to you, bro. New name, who dis? Shout out to Wick. I love it. I absolutely love it. He says, where'd he go? Oh, he said, fill my stream, daddy. Oh boy. Shout out to Wick. Okay, let's see. No subtitles would survive our class. Oh God. Let's see. Shout out to Dave. I see what you mean. Let's see. Oh God, you guys are funny. Okay. Dave wants his stream filled. Oh God. Okay. Anyway, guys, back to the TA here. Let's go ahead and that was Matic. Let's go ahead and take a look at Algo, because I know you guys were asking for Algo. And let's take a look here. Taking a look at the 4-hour. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's see. Taking a look at the daily green dot. Looking for the daily green dot somewhat soon. No divergence, unfortunately. But looking for that green dot pretty soon. Taking a look at the 2-day. Blood Diamond VWAP is rolling back up. Your weekly red dot is confirmed. Was that a Blood Diamond on the weekly? Hold up. Oh, no, that was from a while ago. But yeah, weekly red dot is confirmed. 6-day red dot is printing, right? So again, these higher time frames don't look great. They really don't look great. That 2-day blood diamond confirmed, 3-day blood diamond confirmed, your 16-hour looking for the red dot. I think this 16-hour red dot on a lot of these time frames is going to be the catalyst for the move down if we do get one. 12-hour is looking for a red dot as well. Your 10-hour really looking for that red dot. Probably going to print pretty soon. Money flow coming out pretty aggressively. I'm going to pull some volume here. Yeah, you've already deviated pretty deep out of your yeah, what a dump. But yeah, oh yeah, man, this is yeah, where's your golden pocket from this? Let's see. Yeah, yeah, this thing is getting crushed. But let's go ahead and see. I mean, algo on sale, baby. Algo on sale. Only about 14% away from its or not its all-time low, but a decent low there. But anyway, continuing on here, already deviated from your value area. No bull div here. No slight bull div, slight. Not even really. Not even. Yeah, no bull div there. But you're looking for the green dot on the daily. Not too bad. 16-hour. Yeah, I would lean sideways bearish. Again, short-term bounces, not impossible, right? You do have your, somewhat, it kind of looks like lower lows, but it's really not. Yeah, it's like an exaggerated divergence here on the 4-hour. Taking a look at your 2-hour. Yeah, your 2-hour is, kind of, just in general, it's not the cleanest divergence, but you do have your momentum waves just consistently moving to the upside with your price action not as consistently, but definitely, from here to there is definitely lower lows. But it's not really that clean. It's not. I'd like it to be a little bit cleaner, but that green dot may give you a little something. Money flow generally coming back up here on the 2-hour as well. Your 1-hour, yeah. I would lean bearish on most of this stuff, guys, to be 100% honest with you. But now, again, to realize you are at support here, right? So you don't want to be like shorting support necessarily, especially with the green dots printing in these some kind of bull divs. These are like exaggerated bull divs, not the strongest signals in the world. But if you could come down a little bit more and like really get that bullish divergence, I'd feel much better about revisiting that value area low up here at about 20 cents. So yeah, that is kind of what I would be looking at as far as algo. But yeah, I think that 16 and that 12-hour red dot might be the thing. If you're going to break any of these value areas that you're stuck in, you're going to break any of the levels that you're at with any of these altcoins, 12 and 16-hour red dot may be the thing that starts to push you down. So there you go, guys. That is what I would be looking at on Algorand. Let's see. Let's see. I'll drop a K on that if it drops that far. Burke, me too. If that's what you're talking about, Algo. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I mean, just looking at Algo altogether, yeah. I mean, this was 2020, yeah, obviously. But other than that, guys, like this, like Algorand, kind of lackluster here. I mean, I don't know. It's like almost back down to its, other than the March 2020 crash, it's almost back down to its bear market low. I mean, it's like only within 15% of its bear market low. I mean, I like Algorand, but yeah, absolutely getting crushed here. But let's go ahead and I think that you can thank Gary G for the algo dump. Might not do well since he classified it as a security. Shout out to Brett Headley. Gensler, not only taking out algo, but also oftentimes taking out our live stream, guys, trying to keep the info away from the people. But, guys, with all that being said, let's see, bearish. But with that momentum and money flow coming up, yeah, I will say that. Yeah, this on the 2-hour, this momentum and money flow kind of coming up, this does kind of look good, to be honest. Yeah, money flow on the 1-hour coming up as well. I would just like to see some kind of a clearer trigger to get into a position to ride that up. But generally, money flow coming up on the 1-hour. Generally, money flow coming up. That 2-hour really is what looks good, though. Like momentum coming up, money flow coming up. But again, like the higher time frames, like 10-hour, we'll just look at the 8-hour. Yeah, 8-hour red dot printing with that yellow X. Double yellow X is on your 6-hour. I don't know how I feel about a big bounce on this just yet. But, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. And before we head on out of here, guys, we got to go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. What are our likes up to? 466 likes, guys. We're going for 550. If you're still in the live stream, smash that like button. If we get 550 likes, we'll spin that wheel of pain and pleasure 10 times for your chance to win some free crypto. Let's go ahead and pull up that wheel. Smash that like button while we're doing it. It's your last chance to smash that like. Let's go ahead and boom. There we go. All right, here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. 470 likes. Smash that like button. Here we go. Spin numero uno. Here we go, guys. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? Bada boom, bada bing. 477. Creep it up, baby. Creep it up. We're almost there. We're almost there. Give them a giveaway. We're just amping up the people, giving them giveaways. Bada boom, bada bing. Spin number 2. Guys, don't forget, this channel is sponsored by Presend. If you guys are sick of double checking your transaction details, hoping you're not missing a character on your wallet address, and hoping that you're sending to the right network, you're sick of double checking. All right, let me make sure my money's not going to disappear into the ether forever. Check out presend.io, guys. They are a Chrome extension that does these double checks on your transaction details in the background, so you don't have to make these checks. You could just simply put your transaction through. If anything is messed up, Presend will stop the transaction. The transaction simply will not go through, stopping you from making these double checks manually, which if you are in crypto and have been for a while like me, you will know it gets kind of annoying after a while, just double checking all this stuff and just having to think about it. So definitely check out presend.io, and thank you to Presend for sponsoring the channel and keeping this LED sign up and glowing in the background here, guys, because electricity is expensive here in the ATL. Let's go. We got 489 likes, baby. Run it up, baby. Run it up. Let's go. Here we go. Spin number trace. Spin numero trace. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. This wheel is so ratchet. Let's go. It is a ratchet wheel. It squeaks. I muted it, but it's like it squeaks when you spin it. Bubba's Crypto in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Bubba's. Uber even has rentals now on the app. Really? That is interesting. What do we got? 493. I'll give you guys the 5th one. We're almost at 500 likes. But we were just short of 550. But that's okay. We got tomorrow. You guys are funny. There we go. Give them a giveaway. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 giveaways out of 5. Not too bad. That one's for the mods. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate you all for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the stream and getting us to 500 likes. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. I feel like I'm already losing my voice. I do look kind of tan, though, don't I? I look a little tan. Let's go. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, guys. Don't forget, watch out for that value area low at about, let me pull up the exact number so I can leave you guys with that fresh level. At about 26,860, guys, that is the level we must hold. Honestly, today, nothing has really happened with Bitcoin. We're kind of just wiggled sideways. But yeah, watch that $26,860 level, guys. If we lose that level, that opens up the door to more downside for Bitcoin. But until we lose that level, I will be looking for a tap of that level or that value area low at 26,860 for a potential bounce back to the upside. But now you guys have the key levels, and now you know what to expect if certain levels are broken. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight. I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank God. It feels so good to be back. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all I got. Shout out to what is my outro? With all that being said, I'll see you here, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Shout out to DJ Roland Rick, guys. You saw the super chat. He said, Frankie, I almost said Frankie D and Tony Candles. Frankie Candles and Tony D are the men, or the men. What he said, you the boys. Shout out to DJ Roland Rick. We got to hang out with Rick on the cruise. Absolute boss. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for being on the cruise, bro. It was an absolute blast hanging out with you. CandleMafia, show DJ Roland Rick some love. And I think DJ Roland Rick got a hat. I think he did. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, but shout out to you, man. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Oh, baby, does it feel good to be back. I don't think I'm ever going to leave again, guys. But thank you for such a warm welcome home. Actually, real quick, guys, during this little Frankie fake out, I will say I had some time to reflect on the cruise, and yeah, it's just, I think I needed a little bit of a break, and I didn't realize until I actually got that time off. But I do just, as a YouTuber, I go live no matter what, and sometimes I don't have the best days, right? And like I said, like every time I come on the live, I see the chat going, and it just gives me instant energy. And I just want to let you guys know that, every time I come up here, I try to have I always try to have the same energy no matter what I have going on in my life. If I'm having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a good day, an amazing day, whatever it is, I try to come with the same energy, and I try to offer as much free value as I possibly can. And I again had a lot of time to really think about this and kind of sit on the cruise with nothing else there other than my thoughts. And I just wanted to say, I know I say this a lot, but I just want to really thank you guys. It's the coolest thing in the world. I really do say this a lot. I don't want to sound like a dead horse, but or sound like I'm beating a dead horse. But it really is like, recently, I've been a little bit stressed out, and it's just amazing to come on here and see all these people show up for the TA, and it really does mean a lot. And that's why I always say, you guys are this YouTube channel. I'm just a crazy guy that screams on camera because you guys make the community. You guys give me the energy, and you guys quite literally are the YouTube channel, because without you guys, I would not be able to come on here every single day and do what I love with the CandleMafia, and even better than that, help people make money in crypto, which I never thought I'd be lucky enough to do. So shout out to the CandleMafia. Shout out to everybody who comes into the live streams every day. I appreciate all of you endlessly. I am forever indebted to you. And just like I met DJ Roland Rick on the cruise, I hope to one day get to meet you guys and hang out with you guys and just give you guys a strong Italian hug and maybe a little kiss on the cheek. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Longest Frankie fake out ever. Just wanted to show some love to the Mafia because you guys are the best community on YouTube, and I love each and every single one of you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.